Dev build goodness. What is going on? I'm Zmot. Code Zmot does not work on the dev build, but it works in every other Supercell location, so do consider throwing it in there. Now, speaking of throwing it in there, the devs have done all of the goodness to get the Mega Crab to its peak awesomeness. They have revised the code, they've tweaked the dials, they've got all of the good things happening for the Mega Crab. Yes, there was an update yesterday which will also make the Mega Crab better and more fun, but more importantly, if we jump on in, there is all sorts of goodness. Now, I've got guides on all of these things. Those Dr. T lookalikes are incredibly dangerous. We're going to get rid of all of this stuff. You guys probably already know all of these details already, but in case you don't, I'm going to go over them very quickly in 3x mode. Notice that our troops run towards the Dr. T lookalikes, and they have bombs inside. They are a pain in the butt. They draw your troops over, and just to show you that in proper time, we will, ooh, look at that, a Dr. T lookalike behind, and in front we have the Scary Mortars. Scary Mortars are so good, or bad, depending on how you look at them. Notice our troops are running all over the place. They get hit by the Scary Mortar, and they just lose their minds and run every single which direction. And if you've got an active flare happening, they don't care. They are too terrified by those crazy purple goodnesses. Now, I often speak about how good the speed serum sound bites are, but the Scary Mortars are definitely up there in the top 3. I don't know what's in position number 2, but very good things happening this Halloween. Now, we've got the critter bats. If you notice right in there, we've got some critter bats. Those bats, for those of you who have never experienced them, they are critters, but they don't clear mines. I think they were the first flying troop in Boom Beach, way before heavy choppas and rocket choppas were in play. And I'm just going to show you a little bit more carefully what these guys do. So we're going to flare them back and forth, and you notice that no problems there. We're going to clear some mines back here just to make sure that we can actually demonstrate this. If they're walking towards a flare, if memory serves, all is well in the world. We send them towards the back, no big deal. They don't care about the flares. But then back here, logic would dictate that they should attack those sniper towers, and all of a sudden they run forwards. So same thing, if they're back in here away from that Dr. T lookalike, and they should be attacking those green vats that I can't remember what they're called, because they're in range of that Dr. T lookalike, they all run forward. They are all super duper excited, and then they shoot it. And this is, I guess the Dr. T lookalike was in play before the Flotsam was ever in play, and all of a sudden that bomb explodes and you lose a heck of a lot of troops if your troops are close enough. But as you can see, even riflemen have a little bit of range on them, so not a huge big deal, but you definitely have to pay attention to them, because your troops will go where you don't want them to go, as I completely and utterly wasted the opportunity to use the speed serum sound. I just talked about how good it was and then didn't use speed serum. So if you never ever play with sound on for Boom Beach, I would highly recommend at least playing stage 2 with the sound on. They've done a lot of great things in Boom Beach for the sound effects. I know the graphics are goodish. The gameplay is awesome, but the sound effects on this crab especially are so good. There may still be regular critter bats. I don't know. We haven't seen one yet. Probably not. And the good thing about these flying critters is that they're going to run towards that Dr. T lookalike. Now, do they all die? No, it looks like we did not lose. Where did those critters come from? Did I literally just say we may have regular critters, and then we had a regular critter vat right next to it? If so, that would be a tad embarrassing. But the beautiful thing about the flying critters is they do not draw the fire of those Scary Mortars, which can be very good when you get onto later stages. So you definitely need to be aware of those Scary Mortars. And Generally speaking, if you're new to crab, just use your GBE to get rid of them because they are a very, very bad time. And they have low health, so if we jump into stage 5, for example, you'll see here that that Scary Mortar, 6,000 health. Even these guys are what you really, really want to get rid of because they move your troops in ways that you don't want. Scary Mortars clearly have a whole bunch of health, so I misspoke there. Had my T's and dots and I's and all those sorts of things crossed up. Do note that you have to use the ghost ship, don't you, on the Halloween Mega Crab? As you can see here, we get all sorts of different abilities. We get all sorts of different boosts. Trick or treat, I believe, was always the theme here, and we're just going to let these guys go at 3 times mode. A little bit confusing there because I didn't clue into the fact that it says 1 times mode in the top, but it actually means to go back to that when you're already on 3 times mode. Brain not firing on all cylinders. And as you can see here, we got troop damage 60%. Crystal shields twice in a row is a little bit less than exciting, but nonetheless, as you go through those stages and you work towards getting that legendary Halloween trophy, jack-o'-lantern trophy, pumpkin trophy, whatever the heck you want to call it, lots and lots of good stuff there. So Mega Crab, fully in effect. I highly recommend getting in and crushing some stages with the sound on, just for extra fun. And as we hit stage 10, you get 70% troop health instead of that 60% troop damage, which of course goes back to damage as soon as we get to stage 15, and we get another 10%, changing to GBE at the 20 stage mark, back to troop health at 25, again with the GBE at 30, sticking with GBE at 35, and again at 40, finally getting back to troop health at 45, GBE at 50, man, a lot of GBE stages, 55 bringing back the exciting troop damage and speed serum, and then I assume capping out at 200% troop damage for stages 60 plus, but we'd better have a quick look. And you guessed it, 169 still has 200% troop damage. So lots and lots of good things to be done on this Mega Crab. As always, do make sure you get those raw crystals for all of your tribes. This map is the smallest map you can possibly have. I have got all sorts of guides on how to do the Mega Crab, what you need for the Mega Crab, low-level Mega Crab, high-level Mega Crab. Overall though, really do like that all of the Halloween goodness is in the crab. There's been a couple years where they weren't in there, so kudos to the devs for getting all of the fun things. Now we just need those super grens in the vats, that Dr. T's energy drink or whatever that was called. So if you have a favorite Dr. T Mega Crab feature or event there hasn't been in a while, or you remember back when Dr. T was 40 stages or whatever the heck it was it 20 or 40? Do let me know. Also, if you have a favorite ability, favorite sound effect, or you have an idea of how to make the Mega Crab great, whether that means grapplers or critter launchers or sky shields. There were sky shields for like 6 minutes on the Mega Crab, but those went away very quickly. You can see we've got all sorts of goodness up in the active events. I've never noticed that explore the map further. That's kind of nice, just to show you that you're missing out on something. Warships Season 67 sneak peek coming out very soon. But in the meantime, the Mega Crab is up there in the top of that active events bar that was added somewhat recently. I am Zmot. Thank you for coming in, liking, sharing, subscribing. More importantly, though, do let me know your favorite Mega Crab bits, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. Peace.